Yo, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you this really OP glitch inside of prospecting. So definitely make sure you leave a like, you subscribe. Sometimes I do give out a game pass, so definitely subscribe for that. So yeah, I'm not even kidding. This glitch is really OP and I highly recommend that you use it because literally all the pro players do. Now the reason I'm making this video because this glitch has been out for a while, but I've seen a lot of people who like mess up when they do it, and also they do it like weird ways, which I'm going to show, but I'm also going to show the way that I do it. If you do use this glitch, which I know a lot of people do use this, then definitely let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's begin. Now we're just going to head over to like the frozen peak because why not? Now the one good thing about this glitch is literally everybody in the game can do it, by the way. So the way it works is essentially you're basically like multitasking. So let me just show you how it's done. So basically you fill up your pan just like so, right? I don't have a strength totem, so it takes a while to fill up my pan. And essentially what you want to do is you want to trick the game into basically thinking that you're going into the water to pan, but then actually stepping onto land. So I'm going to try and explain this in like the most simplest way possible, by the way, because I have seen other people talk about this glitch and it's kind of like they make it overcomplicated than what it needs to be. So essentially, literally all you got to do is fill up your pan, go over to the water. But then this is how the glitch is actually how it works. So basically, when you got a full pan, you want to run onto land. But just before you touch the land, you want to click on the water. So you want to click in the water literally last second. So as you can see, it's easier to understand when I do a run up, by the way. So that's why I'm going to do it for this scenario. So as you can see, I'm going to run up and then literally just as I'm about to step on the land, I click left click. So that way I actually pan on the land. Because usually, obviously, when you're panning or shaking, I mean, you'd be doing it in the water, right? But right now, I'm actually doing it on land, which is really OP because when you get to the final bits in the pan bar, as you can see, look, I'm getting pretty low. Let's get right to the bottom. So here's how you continue the glitch. Once you get to the end of your pan, basically, as soon as I click again, I'll be able to instantly have that little bar that pops up. So that means I can start filling up my pan really fast because we're already on land. And it kind of skips a little bit of an animation. So I'm going to click left click, and then instantly, look, I can then start filling up my pan. But as you can see, I actually was able to get that bar up and get click the green there before like the animation was even finished. So you will definitely save so much time by doing this. It's actually kind of crazy. Here, let me show you another scenario. So let's walk up and then click. And then I think I'm still on land. Yep. Or I think I'm on it. I'm not actually 100% sure. And then, yep, get to right to the end. And then you'll know you've done it correctly. Oh, no, I didn't do it correctly. Yeah, you don't do it every single time. Well, people that are like mastered it can, but that takes quite a lot of hours to truly master this. And essentially by doing this, you might not think it saves a lot of time, but trust me, it does. Because not only are you then panning on land, which obviously speeds up the process of having to go back on land after you've shaken in the water, right? But then at the end, this bit is also, I feel like this is underlooked, but this is also such a crucial part because once you get to the end of the pan, to be able to instantly like have that bar to start filling up your pan literally saves about like a second. And you can imagine if you're doing this like hundreds of times or thousands of times, that adds up a lot. Because you'll notice, by the way, when the bar pops up in a second, once I've gotten rid of this, my pan hasn't even like, the animation isn't even fully stopped. So here, look, I'll show you right now. So look, I've got the bar going before I was even out of the animation. So yeah, really, really OP. And if you get really good at this, you can basically do it every single time. And if you get in a really good flow, then yeah, it gets really, really crazy. And you'll notice like a lot of pro players do this and stuff because it truly does make like that big of a difference. And it is super, super OP. Now, some of the flaws I've seen, well, I don't know if it's a flaw, but one of the method that I use, as you can see, because there's multiple ways you can do this, by the way, and it's usually with the camera angle. Sometimes you'll see people going in first person. Now, okay, I don't even know what's happening here. This is weird. My pan is like going around in circles. I have no idea what's happening here. But basically, I mean, with first person, if you don't want to try it this way, basically it's the same thing. You just fill up your pan just like so. I don't really do it this way. I usually do third person. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Basically, yeah, you just do the same thing. So you go into the water, I think, and then you just sort of walk backwards like that. The reason I don't like doing this is because I feel like it's not as easy to know when you're about to step up on land. I think it's easier going the other way, actually. I've noticed, so some people do it this way where they face the water going back and forth in first person. Some people do it where they're in first person, but they actually face the land, which I guess makes a bit more sense because that way you can actually know when you're about to step up on the land. So like, as you can see, as I'm running up, I just click and then boom. So I'm on the land. I'm panning and I'll be able to do the glitch fully. So if you're going to go first person, I would actually recommend looking towards the land. I feel like you've got a higher success rate by doing that. But to be honest, I always do third person like this, and I always look like in this angle. Just because, I don't know, well, I guess it's what I'm used to, but also I feel like it's literally the best way of doing it. Because, look, you can literally see your feet. So you want to click, by the way, when you're literally right there. So right in here, I can click in the water to pan. But because you're clicking and you're still walking, essentially you'll go on like that, and that's when you'll start panning and, well, shaking your pan, and that's how you get the glitch to like work fully. Hopefully I'm explaining this well. I thought I would explain this better, but actually it seems trickier to explain this than I thought initially. But yeah, definitely give it a go. Now, like I said, this glitch isn't new. I mean, this glitch has legitimately been in the game since like the beginning, I think. I'm not even kidding. And they've never even patched it, so I doubt they'll ever patch it, because this has been like a very well-known thing, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'd be very surprised if the devs didn't know about this, because, like I said, I've legitimately been seeing people do this since the beginning. Because in the beginning, I knew about it. Like, I'm talking like the very beginning, by the way. Like week 1 or week 2 or week 3-ish of the game. Like, I saw people do it, but I never fully understood it, as odd as that sounds. Because, I mean, now that I know how to do it, it's pretty simple, but I didn't really understand how it worked. But yeah, also, I've noticed another thing, another way I've seen people do it. Like, I don't even know how it's done, actually. So some people, what they do is they like, I'm trying to think how, like, I see people going like in circles, which I don't even know. I just go back and forth like that. I'm trying to think how it's done. So maybe they go like this and then... Oh, actually, I think I do know how it's done. So I think... So they get a full pan and then they like go in a circle like that-ish. Yeah, I think that's... Okay. I think I've just realized how some people do it. Because I see people do this in game, which I wouldn't recommend doing this like circle method that people use to do this glitch. But essentially, I think what people do is they walk towards the water and they click W, but then they click like D and then S on their keyboard. So W into the water, D and then S. So it kind of looks like they're going in a circle like that. So they'll go into the water, they'll click, and then they'll circle back on land. Which, I mean, you can do that if you want, but I do feel like this third person method going back and forth, which by the way, I use A and D on my keyboard. I guess you could use W and S if you want, but I just use A and D like this. Also, another thing I just thought is I don't even know if this is possible on mobile. Someone should let me know. Like, I don't even play on mobile, so I couldn't even tell you. So if you're a mobile player, you might be able to do this glitch, but it's probably going to be way harder for you. If somebody does actually go on mobile, then do let me know if you can do this, because I don't even know how that would even work. I'm trying to think. Like, I have played Roblox on mobile before, but that just seems like way too difficult to do. But then again, I mean, I've seen some insanely talented mobile players, so it probably can be done. Now, I don't know if I'm over-explaining it at this point. Maybe I am, I don't know. But I do actually have a slow motion of it. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about it at this point, right? Let me know in the comments. Have I done a good job explaining this? I don't know. When I came up with this video idea to show this, I thought I was going to smash it by doing like a really good explanation, but I feel like I feel like I've done a decent job, but I feel like it could have been better. Okay, so here's like a video clip of me doing it, and then I think I can turn the speed down. Yeah, 0.25. That might be too much. I don't know. Okay, so basically, right, this is in slow motion, just in case there's somebody that's still confused, because maybe my explanation hasn't been that great. I don't know. But basically, okay, so I've filled up my pan right here. I'm going to unpause it. And then look, I'm going to step into the water, right? So I'm in the water right now. And essentially, I go a little bit further there just to show in this explanation, because it's easier to explain when I get like a run up. So I'm going to head towards land again. But just before I step on land, I'm going to click. So I click about here. So just pretend I left click to obviously enable like the shake animation. But then because I'm still holding W, I basically go on to land as I'm left clicking. So as you can see, I've gone onto the land while shaking. And obviously I'm going to shake everything in my pan real quick. Well, not very quick because this is in slow motion, but you know, you get what I mean. And then, yeah, so right, we're at the very end of the pan. Now, this is another thing I was trying to explain. Basically, look, before the animation is even gone, let's try and pause it. Okay, yeah, here we go. So before the animation's even over, because as you can see, you can still see all the ores, you can still see the pan, still says 0 there, but you can see this bar popping up. So I can already hit my first perfect before the animation's even over, which usually you wouldn't be able to do. So that saves you, that just on its own saves you so much time. Look, you ready? I'm going to hit perfect right there. Oh, I think, well, I might have missed the perfect there. in that scenario. But then, as you can see, I might even get a second one before the pan's gone. Although maybe not. I'm sure if you're fast enough, it might be possible. I don't know. But then, yeah, boom. And look, even as the animation's still going, I've got my second bar right here, which I'm sure I'm about to hit another perfect. Oh, yeah, I did hit the perfect before because there's 2 perfects there. And yeah, just saves so much time. So good. But yeah, if you did enjoy this, definitely make sure you leave a like and you subscribe. If you've got like a better way explaining this glitch to other people, because I know it can be a little bit confusing at this at first. All I'd recommend is literally just give it a go, because I promise you it's not as complicated as I'm probably made it out to seem. It's actually very simple. But yeah, if you've got any like tips or anything on how to do this better or whatever, let me know in the comments. I'm sure other people would find that useful too. And yeah, I very much doubt this will get patched because it's literally been in the game since the beginning. And hopefully you have a good day. Bye bye.